Okay, dear students, come to the activity of a catalyst. The ability of a catalyst to increases the rate of a chemical reaction is called as activity of a catalyst. For example, if you consider a pure hydrogen and oxygen do not react with all when they are mixed together, but they can react only in the presence of catalyst. When hydrogen combines with oxygen, it gives rise to water. But this will not happen in the absence of platinum catalyst, and it is only possible in the presence of platinum as a catalyst. It is what its reactivity. Sometimes the catalyst increases the rate of reaction by 10 raised to 10 times. 10 times it will increases. The ability of a catalyst depends upon the strength of chemisorption, but reactant must undergo adsorbed so strongly then that they remain on the surface of the catalyst. Come to the next one, selectivity. Only selected catalysts only can able to form the product. The ability of a catalyst to direct the reaction to give a particular product is called as selectivity of a catalyst. For example, if you consider carbon and hydrogen using different catalyst, we will get different products. For example, you look at here, when carbon monoxide combines with hydrogen, it gives rise to formaldehyde in the presence of copper. So instead of this copper, if you are going to use copper in the presence of ZNO and Cr2O3, then we will, instead of getting formaldehyde, we will get alcohol. So look at here. It is what carbon monoxide, hydrogen in the presence of this catalyst which will give alcohol. But in the presence of copper, it gives formaldehyde. Like that. When carbon monoxide combines with H2 in the presence of nickel, we will get methane. Look at here. With the help of same reactants, but different selected catalyst, we will get different products. So to get the formaldehyde, we should use copper. To get the methyl alcohol, we should use the copper in the presence of ZNO and Cr2O3. To get methane, we should use nickel as a catalyst. Come to the next one, shape selectivity of a catalyst. The catalytic reaction that depends upon the structure of pores of the catalyst and size of the reactant and product molecule is called as shape selective catalysis. It is very important one. The catalytic reaction that depends upon the structure of pores of catalysts and size of the reactants and the product molecules called shape selective catalysis. For example, if you consider zeolite, it is the best example for shape selective catalysts because this zeolite, it is having honeycomb like structure. What are zeolites means what? Zeolites are the aluminosilicates. So we have some explanation. Look at here. Zeolites are microporous aluminosilicates with a three-dimensional network of silicates in which some silicon atoms are replaced by aluminum atoms, giving ALOSI, OALSI, like that structure. So these are found in nature as well as synthesized for the catalytic selectivity. That means we can able to manufacture these zeolites in the synthetic lab as well as these will occur in the naturally. Zeolites before using as a catalyst, these are heated in vacuum to remove water of hydration. When you are going to heat that, zeolite become porous, that is cavities in case-like structures are vacant. When you are going to heat that zeolite, the water molecules it will get evaporated. So the place of evaporated water molecules it will become vacant and it is in the form of case-like structures. The size of the porous generally varies between 60 picometer to 740 picometer. Hence, only the molecules whose size is less than this value can adsorb in this porous. The reaction takes place in zeolite depending upon the size and shape of the reactant and product molecules and pores on cavities of the zeolites. That is why these types of reactions are called shape selective catalysis reactions. Zeolites are widely used as a catalyst in petrochemical industries for cracking the hydrocarbons and isomerization. This concept we discussed in our first PUC. An important zeolite catalyst used for the petroleum industry is ZSM5. This is zeolite sieve molecular porosity 5. It is used to convert alcohol directly into the gasoline, that means petrol, alcohol into petrol by dehydrating them to give mixture of hydrocarbons. Zeolites are aluminum silicates with the general molecular formula MXNAl2OXSiO2yZH2O, where N is the charge on the metallic ion it is. Here we are going to use Na plus, K plus and Ca plus 2 as a metals. They are microporous. These dimensional network silicates in which some silicon atoms are replaced by aluminum atoms, giving AlOSi framework. So this is the story of selectivity, specificity and activity of a catalyst. Okay dear students, the next concept is enzyme catalysis. In our body, many enzymatic reactions or chemical enzyme catalytic reactions are taking place. Reactions catalyzed by the enzyme is called as enzyme catalysis. The reactions which can catalyzed by the enzyme called enzyme catalysis. These enzymes are the globular proteins. These are having high molecular mass, which are having ranging from 1500 to 1 crore gram per mole. These are the complex nitrogenous organic compounds. Enzymes are also called as biochemical catalysts, and the phenomenon is called as biochemical catalysis reactions. Let us consider some of the examples. The enzyme invertase converts cane sugar into the glucose and fructose. For example, if you consider sucrose, that is C12H22O11, when it undergoes hydrolysis in the presence of invertase, here invertase is the enzyme catalyst, it gives rise to glucose and fructose. So that means what? In the conversion of invertase, in the conversion of sucrose into the glucose and fructose, we can able to use one catalyst, especially enzyme catalyst. It is what? Invertase. And for the conversion of glucose into the ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, we can able to use zymase as a catalyst. And for the conversion of starch into the maltose, we can able to use diastase as a enzyme catalyst. For the conversion of maltose into the glucose, we can able to use maltase as a enzyme catalysis to convert into the glucose. To convert ammonia or urease into ammonia and carbon dioxide, urease and ammonia and carbon dioxide, we can able to use urease as a, see it is a urea can be converted into ammonia and carbon dioxide. For that we can able to use urease as a enzyme catalysis. And in stomach especially, there is one enzyme named pepsin. That pepsin which can convert proteins into peptides, while in intestine, especially in intestine, the pancreatic trypsin, it is one of the enzymatic catalysts. This trypsin convert proteins into amino acids by hydrolysis. See, in the conversion of milk into curd, enzymatic reaction brought about by lactobacilli enzyme. It is one of the enzyme catalytic reaction. So here I have given some examples. Enzyme, name is invertase. In that invertase, the main source is yeast. This invertase, which is used to convert sucrose into glucose and fructose. Zymase. In this also the main source is for this zymase is yeast. The enzymatic reaction is, or it can use it to convert glucose into ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. Diastase. In this diastase, malt sugar it is there, or malt it is there. That means what? Which can able to use it for the conversion of starch into maltose. Maltase. It is a main source is yeast, which is used to convert maltose into glucose. The reactions I have given in the last slide. Next, urease. The main source of this urease is soya bean. From this we can able to extract it. This urease which is used to convert urea into ammonia and carbon dioxide. Next, pepsin. Especially the main source is stomach, which is used to convert proteins into amino acids. Okay, dear students, the next one is characteristics of enzyme catalysis. It is important one. In that, the first one is, these are highly efficient, these are highly specific in nature, like that. Let us consider the first one. It is highly specific. Enzymes are highly efficient catalysis. Enzymes increases the rate of reaction up to the 10 raised to 20 times also. It is very big. Only small quantity of catalyst is sufficient to carry out the reaction. For example, one molecule of enzyme may transform 1 million of molecules from the reactant per minute. These are highly specific in nature. A particular enzyme catalyst can able to give only particular products, but not to all. Enzymes are highly specific in their action. Each enzyme catalysis only one reaction, not all the reactions. For example, let us consider the enzyme urease. This catalysis the hydrolysis of urea only, but it does not catalyst hydrolysis of any other amide cities. And these enzyme catalysts, these needs optimum temperature and optimum pressure. What is optimum conditions means? The conditions at which enzymatic reaction rate is maximum. The reaction condition at which enzymatic reaction rate it is maximum means then these are called as optimum conditions. The catalytic activity of a catalyst is maximum at optimum conditions. The optimum conditions are, the optimum temperature should be 298 Kelvin to 310 Kelvin. Optimum pH should be 5 to 7. Activators. A substance which increases the catalytic activity of a catalyst is called as what? Activators. The catalytic activity of enzyme can be increased within the presence of activators. The activators are generally metal ions, say sodium ions, manganese ions, copper ions, cobalt ions, etc. These metal ions, when weakly bonded to enzyme molecule, increase their catalytic activity. For example, amylase. Amylase in the presence of sodium chloride Na+, ions are catalytically very active. Inhibitors. These inhibitors are also called as poisons. The substance which decreases the catalytic activity of an enzyme is called as what? Catalytic inhibitors. The catalytic activity of an enzyme decreases in the presence of catalytic inhibitors. These decreases are sometimes completely destroy the activity by increasing with the active functional group of the enzyme surface. Come to the next, that coenzymes. It is also important one. The catalytic activity of a enzyme catalysts increases with increase in the presence of non-protein molecules called coenzymes. In any enzymes, the catalytic property which can be increased in the presence of non-protein molecules called coenzymes. So this coenzymes concept, it is also important one. In the presence of this non-protein molecules as well as coenzymes, the catalytic activity of enzymes it can be increased.